What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to the latest Liverpool transfer news video. And in this video we will talk about a Dutch exciting winger who actually has a Facebook page which said that he is joining Liverpool Football Club very soon and he's happy to be under Jurgen Klopp's orders. This Facebook page of Mohamed Ihataaran, who is a Dutch footballer. He's from Morocco, but he was born in the Netherlands. I mean, his parents are from Morocco, but he is playing for PSV Eindhoven. He's a very exciting young winger. And this Facebook page has been, existing since last year. So if it's fake, it's very weird. Why would you fake a Facebook page for like a whole year or like more than 6 months just to claim that you are joining Liverpool as a young, pretty unknown Dutch player? It doesn't really make sense. So at the moment I'm actually believing that there is something in this story, and in this video we will take a look at what Mohamed Ihataaran has done so far in his career and what kind of player he is, and also we will join in with the debate of Jurgen Klopp saying that he will only field the kids and he will not even attend the replay of the FA Cup 5th round game against Shrewsbury at Anfield. So what do you think about this news? What do you think about Jurgen Klopp not actually even taking part and fielding the under-23 side and basically waving the white flag in the FA Cup? We will talk more on that, but first let's take a look at Mohamed Ihataaran. So he is 17 years old. As I said, he is from the Netherlands. He was born in Utrecht, and according to his Facebook page, he's saying that he is joining Liverpool FC very soon and he's happy to be under Jurgen Klopp's orders, which is very exciting if it's true. The PSV midfielder is set to turn 18 next month, and given that Sepp van den Berg was also signed from the Eredivisie, from PEC Zwolle, it wouldn't be a shock to hear that there is something in this and it wasn't just some random rumor. The youngster is still eligible to choose either the Netherlands or Morocco as a full international. He represented the Netherlands at youth level from under 15s to up until under 19s, sorry. And he recently actually managed to break into the senior team at PSV Eindhoven this year, and he actually played quite a few games. So in the Dutch league, he already played 17 games, scoring 3 goals. In the Dutch club, he has 2 games, 1 goal, and also he has played quite a few games in the Europa League this season. He played 9 games, scoring 3 goals. So in total, he has a pretty respectable 7 goals already this season in like almost 30 games in total. And he had recently a goal scoring spree where he scored 4 goals in 5 games between December the 7th and December the 21st. He scored against Rosenborg in the Europa League, and he scored in the Cup, and he scored in the Dutch League as well in back-to-back games. So it's very exciting, this player. PSV Eindhoven, on the other hand, has a little bit of a struggle this season. So PSV Eindhoven, after winning the Dutch League quite a few seasons in a row, the Ajax great generation came through, and since then Ajax have been dominating Dutch football, and PSV Eindhoven really have fallen off in the last like 6 months, because they are now actually in 5th place in the Eredivisie, which is pretty shocking for a team who usually either finishes 1st or 2nd in the Eredivisie. But they had a pretty bad injury crisis earlier in the season. But the fact that they are only in 5th place in the Dutch league, which is not the strongest league, it's pretty concerning for them. But Ihattaren, it was a great opportunity for him to break into this PSV team, and he is a player who likes to score in goal scoring sprees, because he also had a spell in August where he scored in 3 games in a row. He scored in the Eredivisie against Heracles, and then against Apollon Limassol, a Cyprus team in the Europa League. He scored home and away in both legs, but then he hasn't scored until December, where he goes and scores 4 goals in 5 games. So let me know if you guys, any of you guys are watching the Eredivisie, if you are watching Dutch football. which player do you think Ihattaren is most like similar to? Because I haven't watched a lot of the PSV Eindhoven games, but Ihattaren seems to be a very like agile, exciting winger who likes to dribble, go past people. He likes to, you know, take the players on one-on-one, and it looks like that he's a, you know, a very exciting player who is at only 17 years old to hold down a regular team in the PSV Eindhoven side is pretty damn impressive. And he's actually a regular starter at PSV Eindhoven now, always playing either 90 minutes or 80 minutes, sometimes getting substitutes, but he actually went on a like an 8-game run where he played almost every minute of PSV Eindhoven's games. So it's very exciting, and he has been linked with Manchester City as well. Some other newspapers are saying that Pep Guardiola are also monitoring and scouting this guy. So if PSV Eindhoven star Mohamed Ihataaran is a serious target for Pep Guardiola, then I think he's good enough to be a serious target for Liverpool as well. He also got 6 assists in the Eredivisie so far, not just 3 goals, so he likes to, you know, assist his teammates as well. And Ihattaren is basically a very creative player. He is kind of an attacking midfielder who can play anywhere across the forward line, so he can play as a false 9, he can play on the wing, he can play on the left-sided midfield role, right-sided midfield role. I think he's most similar to kind of a Hakim Ziyech, who is also a very versatile player. Of course, he's not as good as Hakim Ziyech at the moment. He is quick, he has very quick feet. He has dazzling skills, which helped him stand out as one of the hottest prospects in the Eredivisie, in the Dutch football. And now let's talk about the big topic that is debated around England and around the world, is Jurgen Klopp's response to the FA and the Premier League clashing with organization. It's very obvious that they haven't talked this through properly, because the Premier League issues a winter break, sends out a letter to everyone as early as the end of last season, saying that all clubs should respect the winter break, don't organize any scheduled games, any friendlies, and then the FA, a different organization, organizes the replays, the FA Cup replays, to be in the middle of the winter break, which is absolute lunacy. And Gary Lineker provided a very interesting solution for this. I mean, long term, he's not talking about the solution for this season, but the solution maybe from next season. This is what Gary Lineker said: if it were down to me, I would do away with the League Cup, start the FA Cup earlier, not just after Christmas when everyone is knackered. Qualification can be earlier, or it can be more frequent. Ditch the replays. Just after 90 minutes, go to penalty shootouts, but give the lower league side the choice of playing home or away. And I think that's a sensible option. I wouldn't like just fully dismiss the League Cup, but what I would do is just make the League Cup have one semi-final, and also the FA Cup, no replays ever, like no replay, but give the lower league team a choice of playing home or away. Maybe if the lower league team is 2 divisions below the other team. So, for example, if a League One side like Shrewsbury is playing Liverpool, they can choose whether they can play home or away. Which way does it generate more money for them? Because, for example, for Shrewsbury to go to Anfield is a massive opportunity. Financially, they could actually invest into their own stadium, improve the drainage under the stadium, so they will have better pitches going forward. And I don't want that to be taken away from the smaller clubs, because if you just ditch the replays like altogether, sometimes the smaller clubs, like I remember a non-professional, like amateur side played Manchester United, they got a draw at home, and the fact that they had to play at Old Trafford in a replay was a huge money boost for them. They actually earned more from the TV revenue, and from playing at Old Trafford, they earned more than their whole revenue for that whole season. And that's a huge money spinning exercise for lower division teams, especially League One and lower. So I don't want the Premier League clubs to just have all the advantage from the lower league teams. And I can understand why Jurgen Klopp is getting so much criticism from many people. But I think those people should equally have a very strong criticism over how the FA and the Premier League worked this out, and because it's an absolute travesty that the Premier League schedules the winter break and then the FA puts games in the middle of the winter break. And let's listen to actually Jamie Carragher and what he had to say about this whole issue. Senior players having a winter break is right. You can't implement one and then have a replay in the break. That's the same for all Premier League clubs, but Klopp should take the team. His young players will be delighted, and the picture of him in Ibiza with a beer will be on every front page. So I can kind of agree with Jamie Carragher. If Jurgen Klopp doesn't manage the team, it just doesn't look right to me. I can understand why he thinks that he probably deserves a break as well, but it just looks bad for all the other clubs, fans and the other clubs, like officials and everybody. It just gives, it just puts a target on Jurgen Klopp. It just puts him under too much criticism, which he doesn't really deserve and he doesn't really want, in my opinion. And he will be criticized a lot if he doesn't turn up for that game, because it just doesn't feel right. Liverpool have a game at Anfield. There is no other games going on like when we were in Qatar, and Jurgen Klopp just doesn't turn up for the game. I can understand why he thought, if I promise the winter break for all my senior players, I will honor my word. I will keep my word and give them a proper holiday, even though some players like Adrian, like Matip, like Lovren, like Minamino, Shaqiri, Naby Keita, Fabinho, these players need minutes, and these players would love to turn out at Anfield against Shrewsbury and give Shrewsbury a proper hiding, a proper smashing result. Because I think if Liverpool fielded a second team, mostly with first team players and maybe sprinkles some youngsters along the lineup like Neco Williams, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, but put all the first team players who don't play regularly or who haven't played regularly because of injuries. And if Jurgen Klopp fielded that team, I think we would easily win Shrewsbury. And I understand the other point of view, that the fans want to see Liverpool win the FA Cup. They want to see Liverpool turn up to Wembley and potentially win the Premier League, win the FA Cup. That's a domestic double. If we somehow could win the Champions League, it would be a brilliant treble, matching the treble that Man United won in 1999. So I can understand why some Liverpool fans are desperate for that to happen, because imagine the banter that the Liverpool fans could use against Manchester United for many, many years. Not only did we win the Premier League for the first time in 30 years, but winning the treble and doing what Manchester United did famously in 1999 would be just the ultimate banter card to any Man United Liverpool rivalry conversation. So I can understand both points of view. I also understand why Jurgen Klopp is a man of principle and why he said what he said. And to be fair, Jurgen Klopp's opinion of the FA Cup is very low. He doesn't really favor this competition. I'm not saying that he disrespects the competition, but the owners and most Liverpool fans want Liverpool to prioritize the Premier League and the Champions League, and that's what he's doing. That's what he was asked to do by the owners, by the fans, and that's what he's doing. You can't really blame Jurgen Klopp for that, because Liverpool have just so many fixtures, and also we have so many injury problems. We couldn't really field a stronger side against Shrewsbury, because we have a Premier League game 3 days after the Shrewsbury game against West Ham. So Jurgen Klopp can't really go too hard in this competition, in my opinion. But of course, he will be judged on success in the Premier League and in the Champions League. So why would he risk the fitness of his key players in the early rounds of the competition? It's very evident that Jurgen Klopp's opinion of the FA Cup is very low by the fact that he has never progressed further than the 4th round in the FA Cup. So every season he only won one game in the FA Cup and then he always went out. you can't really argue with that Jurgen Klopp's decisions so far have been to prioritize the Premier League and the Champions League. You can argue with the fact whether that's a right approach or a wrong approach, but that's how Jurgen Klopp operated so far. So I wasn't really too shocked that Jurgen Klopp came out and said that we will only play the youngsters. I was very surprised when he said he himself won't be there, because I didn't expect it. But that's basically the biggest your move message to the authorities of the Premier League, of the FA, especially the FA, because here I think the Premier League should have told the FA, don't schedule the replays into the winter break, or at least like scrap the replays for this round, just for this round, so it doesn't clash with the replay, with the winter break. That's what I meant today to say. And Jurgen Klopp has been very adamant that the footballers, not just Liverpool players, but all footballers, are asked to play too many games, and I fully agree with that. If we don't give them a proper break, they will break down, like Sadio Mane. Like, Liverpool had so many injuries. We probably had more injuries than Manchester City if you count every single injury throughout the whole season so far. And Jurgen Klopp is not the only one to complain about this, because Southampton defender Jack Stevens has called it daft that the replays are scheduled during the winter break. Also, Tottenham boss Jose Mourinho, Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola have called for replays to be scrapped entirely. But Jurgen Klopp has been persistent and vocal in his belief that these elite footballers are asked to play too many games. He also believes that replays should be scrapped, and he openly questioned the logic of a two-legged semi-final in the League Cup, in the Carabao Cup as well. And also the decision to move the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations to January next season prompted an impassioned 7.5-minute rant, a monologue from Jurgen Klopp in a press conference recently. So he is fully fed up by the authorities just not giving a break to the players and just squeezing every last drop, every last inch out of them. And on Sunday he said, we have to respect the players' welfare. They need a rest. They need a mental rest, a physical rest, and that's what the winter break is all about. Then another competition tells us that's not so important, so we had to make these decisions beforehand. These boys have families. International players like Henderson, Van Dijk, Wijnaldum, Trent, Mo Salah, Sadio Mane, all these guys, they are never off. The players will now have at least 1 week off. So of course this decision put in a mixed reaction. What I would do if I was Jurgen Klopp is send out all the first team players on holiday except the players who are desperate to play for Liverpool in this one replay. So ask them individually. I mean, the players that are usually on the bench or in the reserves, ask individually. Ask Minamino, ask Shaqiri, ask Naby Keita, ask Fabinho, Matip, Lovren, Adrian. I'm sure that Adrian would love to play at Anfield against against Shrewsbury in the FA Cup replay. Ask them individually. Do you need a break? Do you want the holiday? The other option, you don't have to, but you can come and help us in the FA Cup replay. And of course, some players will say, I mean, probably all players would answer that question with a resounding "I want to play for Liverpool," and then like that is not a problem. I mean, some players need a rest. The full starting 11 of usual starting 11s of Liverpool, they just go on holiday, no question asked, no option to be given to them that they can come and play in this game. But all the rest players, I think if I was Jurgen Klopp, I would negotiate some kind of middle ground. And also, if I was Jurgen Klopp, even if only the kids played, the under-23s, I would be at Anfield just for that one game. If Jurgen Klopp wants a holiday, after that there is still a week left until our next game. He can go on a holiday, no problem. But I can also understand the human side of it. These players are like not machines, not robots. So I can understand the other side of the argument as well. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for watching. See you guys. Goodbye.